Hello. Hey guys. So this message is going to be for Leo born in August. So y'all don't want to know that this bitch can't do half of the shit she want to do because everybody really don't want her to do shit. But she always managed to get up and take care of whatever the fuck she needs to take care of for herself. I say, yeah, this nigga don't even like the fact that people ain't doing whatever they ask them to do here too. But shit, we got to start preparing. And you know what? Everybody needs to prepare for they more so than anything. And I said, ain't that the truth? A lot of motherfuckers got to start preparing shit, and everybody be like sitting up here talking shit, but ain't preparing. And I said, are y'all preparing? Because you know what? Somebody gonna jump ship and they ain't never coming back. And I said, ain't that the truth? A lot of motherfuckers don't even know what to say, but shit, who the fuck you think you talking to saying these niggas? I said, shit, I think my mama channeling my energy and shit and saying it out loud and everything, and everybody looking like shit. Yeah, these niggas. But where are the niggas at? Because I thought y'all was niggas. And this dog has said, them are some niggas, baby. Fuck them niggas. And God said, ain't that the truth? Nine of Swords energy is here. So a lot of y'all don't want to tell people that you have a lot of anxiety, stress, worry, and all this other shit. And you want people to what? Do this and do that and do everything else that they used to do. And your ass ain't capable of doing shit. God say, you know what? Fuck y'all. I don't care if you amplify this. I don't care if you amplify that. And we got recordings that shows that bitch ain't crazy. And I said, who the fuck has a microphone and this bitch? And even Galila said, shit, I don't have one, but damn, I wish I did, because I'll be sitting there listening to you and not knowing that you trying to, okay, get shit taken care of even further here, boo. But there's a lot of motherfuckers that always want these microphones to be what? Amplified. But even amplified over the microphones and shit. What the fuck you want me to do, boo? I know you want me to work the way I should be working, but shit, you didn't pay this and you ain't pay that, and they trying to not fuck it up, but they trying to fuck it up on the low, but they can't even get a hold of what they trying to fuck up here, boo. A lot of y'all motherfuckers literally don't even know that shit. You do got another one out here. And if you sit up here and give us this one, shit, we may be okay with that. And God said, damn, ain't that the truth? So changes in the air. There's something about y'all Leo men born in August that say, you know what? I think my mama prepped me for this. And I said, and she did. A lot of y'all motherfuckers don't even know that your mothers was doing a lot of things to protect y'all. A lot of y'all Leo men born in August, y'all got mothers out here that protect y'all hand over fist. And they said the truth. A lot of motherfuckers want to say, you know what, we should have did this even further. We don't know who the fuck that is. I ain't never lived that. And did I put that on the application? No. So what the fuck you want me to do? Maybe somebody using my name and I just had to go ahead and pay it that I never stayed at and all this other shit and everything. And y'all want to act like what? Nobody else got my motherfucking name, bitch. And God said, that's why that nigga ain't in jail today. But he really looking like, you know what? I almost did a terroristic act, mama. And I said, ain't truth. I said, mama, I got to start cussing motherfuckers out now. I can't wait till later. I said, mama is really not giving a fuck. And this bitch coming out like shit. She'll give a fuck today, tomorrow, and next week and forevermore. I said, shit. And she doing this shit on purpose. And I said, damn, I think it's going to get really comical around this bitch. And I said, I got to tell brother how mama was looking fucked up. But even mama said, shit, bro already know. And bro, damn. That's that nigga mama. And And now they said, shit, why you coming out looking like a mama? Why don't you come out looking like this and looking like that so we can all look at you here? And God said, ain't that the truth? The Ace of Pentacles energy is here. So you don't want to tell people that shit. You almost didn't go to jail, but they was looking at you and say, So you don't know how to DJ appropriately when your mama is sitting up here trying to blow your ass up and you don't know what spin the records and shit, nigga. I said your mama was trying to get you so many things back in the day and you act like your mama ain't prepare you for this. So now your ass needs to prove to me that you could really do this shit. And if you could really do it, I ain't giving you shit. Since you don't want to help your mama and assist your mama to get through nothing, nigga. And now you feel kind of fucked up because everybody is overstanding that shit. You that nigga that ain't been supporting your mama. And that's kind of fucked. You want to come to us and act like, yeah, you got our back. I said, nigga, I don't want you to have my back until you have your amazing mama back. Because your mama is fucking amazing. Hello? We know your mama. And you like, what? Yeah. And they do. They like, shit, that's that nigga. And this nigga been sitting up here fucking shit over here and fucking up shit over there and acting like he ain't got shit to help and assist. I said, you was one of them raggedy ass niggas that want to sit up here and come out into the world and create this what? Facade that you're here for the people. And I said, yeah, you ain't here for the people, nigga. And I know your mama. And you looking at that nigga like, yeah, I ain't know it was you, nigga. And that nigga says, you know what? Peace out. I just came through the CCC. What the fuck I can CCC? I don't want to CCC, so fuck you, nigga. And that's on Spiders Grow, ho. And everybody says, shit, your children out here fucking up the world on the low and acting like, you know what? Nobody knows them. I said, mama, why you letting everybody be identifying us the way they identifying us and we can't even come through shit? Because these niggas need to overstand they gotta get their life together instead of sitting up here trying to act like this and like that and all this other shit, knowing they got their mama out here hungry and shit, bitch. Well, don't you think, mama? I said, nigga, mama been doing shit for years. Y'all done missed the motherfucking message. I said, she works hard for the money. So hard for it, honey. She works hard for the money, so you better treat her right. See? And even that song, you like, damn, that is kind of fucked up that women will work hard for the money and barely get shit. And y'all really is trying to not tell a bitch this and not let a bitch call motherfucking see what the fuck is going on. Trying to block all the goddamn numbers. And God said, you know what? That's on you, nigga. You want to act like, you know what? This bitch ain't gonna never know her brutal truth. But eventually she gonna end up going here and they gonna end up looking at her. We didn't even know that was you. This other stuff, unfortunately. But even unfortunately is being used too much in this bitch that really what? Supposed to hate it. I said, she putting all y'all motherfuckers on autopilot now, unfortunately. And y'all motherfuckers like, damn, unfortunately, mom. Everybody is looking like shit. She prepping. And that nigga said, shit, I'm on my way. Fuck we land, shit, we'll be okay. I said, mama gonna always take care of me. But he needs to take care of himself and he needs to take care of his mama. And mama said, don't I know? Fuck you mean? Make a decision, Negro. A lot of y'all don't even know what to say, but shit, mama is preparing. And I said she getting the basic needs of what the fuck need to get. And then after that shit, we out of here, bitch. And everybody's saying, damn, don't we know it? Where the fuck you gonna go, mama? I gotta go too. And I gotta go too. What the fuck? We ain't never been traveling like this before. And even years ago, these niggas wanted to be in that car with that nigga and said, shit, if he get crazy, mama, just hit him upside the head like grandma and bust his head wide open. And then that nigga be like, damn, let me shut the fuck up. And that's what these niggas need to do. Shut the fuck up. They need to bumping their gums. I said, all these damn men want women to shut the fuck up. And then when women shut the fuck up, they be sitting up trying to say some shit and ain't shit they saying making sense to nobody. And they're like, can we agree on that? Nigga. That one bitch was sitting up here looking at that bitch saying, you know what, these niggas. And I'm looking at that bitch saying, yeah, these niggas. But that nigga didn't want to be rude and shit. But you know what? Fuck these niggas. And that big old roly-poly ass nigga want to sit up here and walk past a nigga when he said hello. And his mama said, don't you ever say shit to these niggas. And this nigga turned around and said, damn, I ain't even know. But that, see, you a disrespectful ass motherfucker. And whenever somebody say hello to y'all weird asses, say hello, nigga. And God said, that ain't even always the case with your mama. And your mama don't say hello no more. Your mama don't want to say chit chat and all this other shit. And we ain't even know we was going to run into your mama today, or did we? I said, a lot of these bitches want to sit up here and act like they got to do it this way and do it that way and all this other shit. But you still got to touch the door, old stupid bitch. And then you had to touch the door and you said, oh, yeah, it don't make sense. Because you don't make sense because you a transgender woman. A lot of y'all motherfucking transgenders is getting on these real women fucking nerves. Hello? Shit. The real women don't even want to protect your ass and make you feel what? Accepted and belong no more. Because y'all decide to what? Make them feel uncomfortable, nigga? Hey, sliced up PP. What up? How you doing, sliced PP? You good? I said, shit, they'll never be good with these PP sliced like that. And God said, ain't that the truth? It says they walk up and down the block, but no one noticed them until you said it out loud. Damn, caught up. I said, a lot of motherfuckers don't even know what to do, but shit, mama, what's going on? Because I had to tell these niggas what the fuck was going on, and these niggas looked at me like I was crazy, but you was telling the truth. And you sat there and said, yeah, this is what they want us to be, homeless. And these motherfuckers don't know what to say, but shit, you really is finna create a sign and hold it up and say, yeah, this is on black crime. But it ain't black on black crime. This is foreign people against United States citizens. And when you create this, it's gonna be like, hell the fuck yeah. And these motherfuckers gonna overstand who ain't today. And these niggas is looking like, yeah, ain't the truth. So it says boil all your water moving forward. And that's a lot of work. See? And even God says, shit, that bitch at least open up the bottle, let it breathe a little bit, you know, before you start drinking on it. But this bitch spilled some water again, and she really is looking like, shit, I'm just having tea for now on. If I'm going to boil some damn water, I'm just going to be drinking tea in the morning, tea in the afternoon, and tea at night. I said, mama is looking for something that she can boil some shit on the road. And even baby girl said, damn, why you ain't get happy and shit when that nigga said that, you know what, I'm back. I said, nigga, mama ain't giving a fuck no more. And I said, don't y'all know it? A lot of y'all motherfuckers gonna be out y'all mind when shit. Some people literally be simultaneously going through the same thing that this bitch going through, that bitch going through, that bitch going through, that bitch over there, this bitch over there, that bitch over there, this nigga over here, that hoe over there, and 3 doors down in that green motherfucking door. I said, shit, I got a fuck green today. I said, it's something about the element of green that makes everything okay. And I said, don't it? We green people now. I said, mama, I remember those forest green sheets and remember this and remember that. And mama, where the fuck was I at when you was getting it in all the damn time? And mama said, shit, you was all asleep. And we put on Jodeci and all this other stuff and everything. Your ass would be knocked out. I said, shit. She loved that H-Town. Somebody rocking, knocking the boots, giving you lots of pleasure. Oh, I said, yeah, y'all was some freaks when y'all was teenagers. And we was. And I said, you know what? Your mama is a serial committer. And I was doing shit behind your mama back. And when your mama figured that, he said, yeah, you fucking with that bitch, that high yellow bitch that have a couple of freckles and shit. And she acted like what? She was his what? Brother. You transgender too. And you and Tony don't even want to tell niggas that y'all gay than a motherfucker. What up, bitch? So you found the other channel. Damn. I found the other channel, boo. I was really searching and looking and everything, and I'm so glad you didn't change the name again. And God said, shit, what the fuck is going on with the live chat, boo? They don't want nobody to be chatting on this one here, boo. They want everybody to have access. Damn. God said, y'all can't even, okay, have manners. A lot of y'all will come out in droves when a bitch just doing the basic shit. And y'all do that over and over again. What up, Tony? I remember your ass. See? And you was cool back in the day, you know? And I was a cool ass bitch back in the day too. And you like, shit, if we ain't had nothing, y'all can have it. Y'all can come down and eat it. But when we ain't had no food, you ain't letting nobody get shit in y'all refrigerator. Fred remembers that. Fred said, shit, we lived for Denny Moore and motherfucking Dairy Queen for years. And that nigga said, shit, don't I know it? Even Fred said, look, I don't go to Dairy Queen no more. We ain't finna go get a fucking Blizzard or all that other shit. I'm finna go get some salad and some motherfucking shredded carrots. And you know what? I don't like cheese like that, but I know you love cheese and butter. Those her motherfucking okay kryptonites. And they be like, yeah, don't I know it? So God said, we finna clear out this bitch energy. And whatever the fuck God wanted her to do yesterday, she did it and she okay. I said, you know what? All that Coca-Cola gonna help her even further. But someone is saying, shit, I'ma need one of them damn monsters up in there. I forgot there's a monster here. And that nigga said, shit, maybe you preparing for me to come with you, mama. Because I drink monsters. And you act like I don't want no monster. Do I want something special from the stove? I said, mama, say, do anybody want something special? And everybody looking like shit. And that's what they remember. I said, I don't know what the fuck this bitch is doing, but we all want something special. And mama, you get on my motherfucking nerves just being a mama all the goddamn time. And God said, shit. This mama said, don't even call her mama no more. To all my children, don't call me mama, okay? Call me Infinite. And that's what y'all gonna call me from now on, Infinite. And you're gonna be like, what the fuck? Yeah, I don't want you to call me mama. To all my kids here, don't call me mama, call me Infinite, okay? Make a note of that, nigga. Call mama Infinite. And these niggas like, you know what? Fuck you, bitch. You get on nerves and shit. And then you don't mind coming on here looking a fucking hot mess and everything. And now everybody's looking like, damn, where is that? Why don't you do that? So we can still talk about you and all this other shit. A lot of these goddamn mamas is exhausted. And they doing a bare minimum. And everybody want them to still be superwoman and get this together and get that together so they can sit down and just, wow, this is amazing. And that's how the fuck y'all used to feel growing up. See? And y'all didn't never have to do a lot of shit. And you like, yeah, mama need me to cut this damn meat now. Shit, I cut this all the time. And that's all the fuck you have to do. And you like, shit, I don't want to be in a basement no more. I said, I did feel like I was by myself 24/7, 7 days a week, and nobody bothered me. And now your ass is looking like shit. Nobody's still bothering you when you in the living room either. You're like, shit, when people gonna bother me some more? Bother me, y'all. But you put it out there that you don't even want to be bothered. You put it out there that you want to take care of responsibility. You don't want to take care of nothing. You don't want nobody calling you to discuss shit and all this other shit. So have at it. Live your motherfucking life, nigga. Because we gonna live ours too. And everybody says shit, don't we know it? I said, I don't know where mama going. But y'all all better pay attention because you know what? When y'all lose track of mama, that'll be fucked up for all y'all. And some people say, shit, we ain't lose track of mama. Mama didn't even lose track of us either. Mama said, I know where all y'all niggas at. And she'll pop in 2.2 seconds and shit, and everybody like, what the fuck? Yeah. And God said, a mother can always find her children. A mammy is gonna always know where her children is. She can keep track and make sure that they what ain't getting shit. And that's that bitch that's up that at the office right now. Like, don't let them get nothing. I don't think that that's that bitch still. And that's kind of fucked up that a lot of these grandmothers will literally jump ship just to fuck up everybody. But this nigga can't even go to the CO. This nigga can't go to the IL. This nigga can't go to the FL. This nigga can't go nowhere in the 50 states. And that's why she had to literally go overseas. And that's where the fuck she at. See, really had a criminal case pending. And everybody that's saying, you know what, we let the bitch go. I said the energy is gonna be so much better over here in this area and everything, and everybody acting like it ain't, but it is. Some of y'all great grandmamas, we let them bitch go too. I said the energy is gonna be so much better over here because they've been fucking up and fucking up and fucking up. So if y'all think about it, if the grandmother's been fucking up, the great grandmama's been fucking up, what you think your mama gonna do eventually? But it's you have a choice. Either you can do or not do. And I said, shit, ain't that the truth? Font is here. So morals, values, and ethics and Ace of Pentacles energy, that is good. Let's talk about that too, boo. Ace of Pentacle energy, good. Fuck. But we ain't gonna get, you know what, hired right away. They want to give you a date far away just to make sure your ass stay here. They don't want you to go. They really is sitting up here acting like, yeah, I know you apply for this and I know you apply for that and all this other shit. But your mama is sitting out in the parking lot waiting for you, nigga. And I said, yeah. And everybody don't want people to have family that takes them places, but their culture, these other niggas that is mad about your mama being there for you, they mama there for them too. And they know that. They want your mama to not be there. They want you to be struggling and going through this and going through that. I said, no, not this mama. And I said, shit, mama already know that I know a multitude of things and I could always count on my mama, nigga. And that's what the fuck y'all don't like. And even OKD says, shit, we can always count on her too. I think you need a bus so we can all go, my grandmama. He said, I'll call you grandmama and not mama, but shit. In his mind, he'd be like, shit, that is my mama. If I needed some food and if I needed anything, she would have definitely gave me some goddamn money if I asked for it. But I just came to the house and shit, she took care of me and everything else. I said, shit, Excel and Diami know where they can get some love at. And even Leonard said, shit, don't I know it? I said, nigga, you're going to have to get your motherfucking life together to be around mama now. And everybody is saying, don't we know it? Mama going to tell y'all brutal truth now. And she ain't going to be sitting up here what? Waterboarding everything. And everybody is saying, don't we know it? So y'all all want to experience being waterboarded and everything. And y'all used to do a lot in these basements back in the day. And even the basement says, shit, don't we know it? I said, these niggas is waterboarding each other. They said, well, maybe we'll be in a terroristic threat one day. And these niggas will hold us captive and we gonna be surviving. I said, mama don't like water. But even water says, shit, you ain't even supposed to be in the water that long. The disruption of being in water too long can make anybody go, what, crazy. And God said, ain't that the truth? It says, move forward, but don't Where you from? Okay, move forward, but don't go where you from. And that's what you need to know here too. So wherever you going, don't go where you from. Shit. Let me get it out, Pooh. And God said, make a decision. So you already know that shit. Where you at? Maybe where you from. And you really need to find another area in another space. But even when mama say go back home, home is where your heart is. And where's your heart, nigga? And you like, shit, don't I know it? So it says, put a knife in your door before going to bed. And you know I do that all the time. And I don't give a fuck. I ain't leaving my life up to nobody. And they be like, shit, we from the hood. That's why, bitch. We always lock doors. We lock doors. Don't keep open up the blinds or some shit. But that bitch to open up the blinds, let all the sunlight in. Fuck you mean? And God said, that's what, okay, you need to do. Open up the sunlight, okay? Open up the blinds. And you like, shit, that's all you do right now. You like, I need to see what the fuck is going on around here. Because this bitch don't want to turn on nothing no more. And I said, who the fuck are you dealing with? It ain't Day. And you like, shit, Day told everything. And that bitch know Day real good. And she like, yeah, don't trust that nigga. And I said, yeah, I ain't trusting that nigga at all. And they ain't no nigga. And they said, shit, we are international, bitch. Angie ain't no nigga either. And Nadia, please, that bitch ain't no nigga either. So where the niggas at? And I said, shit, we still trying to figure out where the niggas at, boo. But we still ain't found where the white folks at. And who the fuck is sitting up here in the weather to keep what, you know what, they people good and they want to stay forever? That's some fucked up shit. Because people over here said we want it warm all damn time. We can get some shit done. Can we not? And we can. And God said, that's what they already know. They want to keep a lot of people stagnated and stuck and not know which way to go and all this other shit. And God said, you know what? We ain't going to get it together. This how the fuck we gonna look. And if you don't like that shit, you should saw her about 3 minutes ago. That bitch was fucked up and said, okay, you washed your face at least. I said, that bitch didn't give a fuck, huh? She just coming out, hey, nigga, what's up? Move out my way, bitch. She thought we was gonna wait in line for her stupid ass. Get your dumb ass out the way. You look like you taking up a lot of space. Go play some rugby, bitch. Linebacker hoe. And God said, that's what these kids be thinking and don't want to say it out their mind. And I said, eventually, you know what? He gonna learn to balance. And when you learn how to balance some shit, sometimes you need to just say that shit. They don't even know if you calling them these niggas. They still thinking about that. They're like, maybe they not niggas. And that could be catastrophic than a motherfucker here too. It says trying to get people arrested to meet the quota of the government. Stay focused, boo. So a lot of people want you to what? Boil water in their thing. And you know what? They want to come over there and say something real stupid so you can throw the water on their ass. I need for all y'all men to pay attention to these niggas that y'all be fucking with. I don't give a fuck if it's transgenders. I don't give a fuck if it's man, female, or whatever the case may be. Don't let nobody get you out your body where you can go to jail for life and you ain't got no criminal record currently, nigga. So pay attention to these hoes. And don't tell these hoes that you ain't got no criminal record. Let them know like, shit, damn, bitch, I did have, you know what, a strangulation on my record, but they just got it off and I had to, you know what, that remove, expungement. You like, yeah, I'm gonna start lying to these hoes because if you tell them the truth, they what they want to do, fuck your ass up even further. Say, y'all ain't dealing with no ass bitches like y'all mama. And you know that too. I said, shit, Malik said, please. If I commit a crime and I tell Fifi about it, Fifi said, shit, I ain't heard nothing or seen nothing. I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. I said, y'all the ones who was sitting up here trying to egg Malik on And y'all thought Malik was gonna get arrested. We ain't seen shit, and he ain't do nothing. I don't know where that nigga came from. It looked like he came in with that nonsense goddamn forehead. And Fifi said, I think so. I said, when you ride with these real bitch shit, we ain't gonna snitch on you, boo. Come through and fuck up some shit if you want to. And they like, ain't that the truth? Even Nimley says, shit, how you doing, boo? I shouldn't have been acting funny to you and all this other stuff. And you really is like my big sister. And I know that. And that big forehead shit rocking, baby. We got big foreheads and they don't like it. I said, they don't like the big forehead. I said, do she give a fuck? She don't. I said, she got a big forehead like that nigga. Big forehead niggas over there. And everybody want to be around the big forehead niggas too. And they be like, shit, I wish I had a big forehead. And that's what a lot of these bitches be doing on the low. They like, make it big. I want big forehead. Start hairline back here. And I said, ain't that the truth? It says angel number 888 is here. So a lot of y'all is about to get what? A lot of money. And you don't want to be like, shit, that's a dope head. Oh my God, dope head right there. What did you just take? Some green tea pills? And all y'all looking like, shit, those are the ones. I knew it wasn't them and wasn't them those ones. And those ones was get you where you need to go. And even this package is saying, you know what? I know you didn't expect this, but shit, you gonna need more, boo. I got your back. So thank you for all of the green tea pills. Appreciate it. I love you. Take care of yourself. And God says, shit, she really didn't even read the description. And I said, you know what? Read the description, bitch. And God said, ain't that the truth? So confirmation. A lot of shit is about to go down. And you know what? All of these motherfuckers don't even know what to say. But your mama, she gonna be whatever the fuck she needs to be. And all y'all gonna be looking like, what the fuck? Why you can't get through, mama? Why this ain't working and why that ain't working? I said, yeah, last week it was working just fine and she could get an update, but nobody want to get updates no more. But it didn't even cost them to really do this at all. So they decided to fuck up shit even further. And that, you know what? It's all good. The government is going to have to shut down because the people are pissed. And when the people become pissed, everybody won't have a job by the time the people that really, you know, supposed to get some shit don't get no shit. And they be like, well, all of them crazy. So y'all gonna fuck with crazy people even further. Y'all gonna fuck with people that don't even have this and don't even have that. And y'all think it's gonna be okay? It's not gonna be okay today, bitch. And that's what the fuck you don't know. See? It's about to go 0 to 1,000. And then you're gonna be like, damn. So where the fuck you at, nigga? Since you want to sit up here and just what? Sit at the motherfucking table and the desk in the chair and act like, you know what? I'm still that nigga. But you ain't. See? And you trying to overqualify to not turn into something that you shouldn't turn into. But even this bed is saying, nigga, you can't even sleep on that bed. And you really look like, yeah, something ain't right about that goddamn bed. And it ain't. See? And you really trying to figure out how you can sleep and how you lay and all this other shit. But you don't want to lay in there. You don't want to lay in there. And you always want to be what? In a loft. You're like, shit, I really just want a big open space where I can design it the way I want to design it. And you can have it. And you already didn't even know that. You're like, yeah, I can have that. And God said, take it then. It says done with all the drugs. So a lot of y'all getting ready to be what? Drug free. I said, mama, why are you looking at everything so deeply? Please, mama, stop looking so deeply. Oh my God. That is my mama now. She always telling me the shit I don't want to hear. And I said, that's what mothers do. Mothers need to set these niggas on a pathway. And that nigga says, shit, why you talking to me crazy and I ain't even got through the door yet? But this nigga gonna be like, yeah, let me get off these drugs. Because if mama sit up here and be like, hey, nigga, What drugs you use today? Are you on heroin, crack, smack, or you pretend okay, still smoke weed, nigga? What you doing? And I said, that's how mama gonna be. And she gonna be looking at you like, crackhead just came in the building, y'all. Crackhead in the building, don't wanna do shit. Was Carlin's song? I don't know. And Carlin says, shit, I'm still trying to figure that shit out, bitch. I said, play all the songs from back in the day. What year did we meet? I don't remember. It's been about 20, 30 years and shit. Damn. And everybody said, ain't that the truth? Take more vitamins. So a lot of y'all already know when you take vitamins, you need to take this, but you also need to take an iron pill every single week. Take an iron pill on the weekends. Take stuff that's going to clean out your body because you know what? Iron pills will constipate you too. But it's going to work in coordinates with the laxatives or with the herbal supplement that you're going to get that really is good for your GI tract and everything. You like, I already got it, mama. Thank you. And that's going to improve yourself here too. And you like, shit, mama, I don't know what God had you doing last night, but damn, that nigga said, what the fuck? I can't even get up and get shit no more. But that nigga can't even make this no more. And he like, yeah. I ain't even know mama was sitting up here gonna fuck me up. And that nigga looking like, yeah. Mama fucked that nigga up. And that nigga said, shit. I am in combat. I am in war. And everybody say, shit. I don't think you gonna win against your mama, nigga. And y'all be looking like, you know what? Y'all can, but y'all can't. And everybody is looking like, yeah, mama getting stronger. And whatever God is doing in mama's life, y'all gonna be all fucked up. And mama says, shit, that bitch wanna be sitting right here and be like, mama, yeah, I know. And that's where the fuck she should be, right here, sitting there with their mama. All these little girls need to be sitting here with mama. And they like, don't they know it? See? It says angel number 666 is here. So be mindful of your thoughts, but balance is in the air. 666 been popping up at everybody's life. And everybody is saying, shit, be mindful of your thoughts. Stay balanced. And mama ain't really thinking of shit no more. I said, mama, you ain't thinking. I said, because mama be thinking 24/7, 7 days a week sometimes. And she be like, shit, I'm shutting down. And God said, that's what I wanted you to do. Shut the fuck down. And that's what she did. And whoever the fuck these niggas are, these niggas can't even get a hold of mama the way they fucking want to get a hold of mama. And mama says, shit, mama say, mama sa umaku sa. Don't fucking play with me, nigga. And God said, ain't that the truth? It says confidence is your key. So a lot of y'all already know that shit. Y'all got a encyclopedia in your fucking brain of what your mama has told you, which way your mama to not go and do. Y'all know it ain't that truth. It says mad because you paid the rent and still did nothing about the stalking. So you paying shit off, but you shouldn't even pay shit. And you like, ain't that the truth? But you giving these motherfuckers a penny. And it's like, shit, I got $2. Can you just put it on now? That's catastrophic to people's body minds when they receive a check for $2. And they like, yeah, you didn't pay like that. But I ain't in shit that I'm not responsible for. And they know that too. See, your mama ain't paying shit that she ain't have an amazing experience at. I have in property management, and you know what? Even though renting out an apartment, you can't help all of the things that can go wrong. But when people literally pumping drugs up in your area and space, touching your food, fucking on your beds and acting like they ain't okay, both of them didn't come into the apartment and was fucking on your beds and all this other shit, and that's what they was doing. And that was on her period, fucking on your bed. And she don't even want to tell people her status. And that's kind of nasty than a motherfucker, bitch. And your ass really need to go to jail for that shit, cross-watching ass hoes. And God said, don't they know? You don't owe shit. And we finna erase all this shit. So the next time you search up anything, everything gonna be deleted. And we really owe you a lot of money. And even Bruce is saying, you know what? This shit ain't even funny no more. Bruce is pissed. And Bruce says, shit, I used to be an emperor, boo. I don't know where the fuck I went. But this is the return of the emperors. And I said, shit, I need to listen to all your shit. Unfortunately, I said, Bruce. Bruce said, shit, she got to be in her motherfucking family too. And even Brandon is looking like, yeah, that is fucked up that they want to up your area and space every time you step out. And that's what they've been doing for years. Shouldn't nothing be falling from the goddamn ceiling. See? Should nothing be amplified in your apartment where it's a motherfucking microphone around and shit, and they know this. And that's your truth. It says she is still alive, but you feel terrified of the truth she may know about you. God said, we don't give a fuck. We is all doing the best that we need to do. And angel number 333 is very specific in your world, so pay attention, boo. A lot of y'all Leo men, but you want to say Leo women born in August, that's fine. Whatever you choose to be, shit. But your body is stating that you a man, and you know that too, bitch. God says, shit, you can't even hide this. You can't hide that, and you can't hide this and all this other shit. And you looking like, yeah, you do want to wear this wig. And you're like, I'm going to put this wig on, but it doesn't mean that you gay or whatever. But shit, you know about wigs and weaves too. And you like, don't I know, boo? What's in the mind? It says using material things to invoke you to love them. So someone here wants you to cut off all your hair. So they really is trying to not take a shower. Some of y'all be messing around with these bitches that ain't even all Caucasians that can get lice. It's just all these bitches that got oily ass skin that know that they need to rinse their hair out all the time. So you even sometimes just dump the dry powder in her hair and be like, yeah, brush that shit. Because you know what? They want you to cut off all your hair. And if these bitches don't wash their hair on a consistent basis, bugs be growing. You like, what the fuck? Yeah, and they do. And they looking like, shit, I really need that one pic from your mama. Get it. But that pic is being used, unfortunately. You will never have it back, bitch. And if you got lice, you need one of them lice combs. And God said, ain't that the truth? So what's in the mind? Hiding you. So this bitch don't want you to do this. This bitch don't want you to do that. This bitch don't want you to sit out here and do this and all this other stuff. And you said, shit. Why? You help these niggas fuck me up. So I'm all up in here. And I don't give a fuck. I'm out here. I'm out there. I'm doing this. I'm going in the office asking, can they do this? Asking, can they do that? And that's apartment, okay, 313. Yes. Can you go ahead and take care of that nigga? And that nigga said, shit, I don't even want to be in 323 no more. And that bitch, he is a hoe. And she been a hoe, and that nigga been a hoe, and both of them looking like shit. Can we get our shit to semi-paradise box and semi-goldenrod, bitch? Because we've been wastelands all our lives. And a lot of these motherfuckers is doing everybody all the time. And it can get real grimy. And when you fuck with a bitch that's high vibrational, that don't let nobody do shit with her, okay, man, and with her, that nigga Ken thought he was going to come over and be like, yeah, give me some of that. And that bitch said, hell the fuck no. I said, you better get your nigga before that nigga get fucked up. I said, mama, we remember that racist ass motherfucker. I said, what's your name? I said, yeah, we know you. Unfortunately. And all y'all be looking like shit. Don't we know? I said, Mama had us around so many people, but they better act right around my kids. I said, I think Mama didn't get that from Grandma because Grandma didn't like the fact that Mama was protecting us when we was babies. She'd be like, get them little bitches. Don't touch them little motherfuckers. And that's what she used to say all the time. I said, yeah, Mama been crazy. And if Mama is back and she ain't on autopilot and she coming back stronger in effect, y'all ain't gonna know what the fuck to do. And she ain't gonna be feeling guilty about this. She ain't gonna be feeling guilty about that. And that shit gonna be fucking y'all up. Y'all gonna be like, damn. Even Excel is saying, shit, I wanna go. Where we going? I wanna go. They on the road trip and everything, and we wanna be there too. And sometimes even Diami says, shit, I'll take the bus out there. And that's what that nigga wanted to do. He like Mama by herself, and y'all got Mama by herself out here in the sticks. What if one of them motherfuckers try to kill Mama? I said, shit, they couldn't even get through the windows. I said, a lot of these Leo men, Mama, shit, when she by herself, she secured things on top of securing things. And I said, she up in there drinking a whole fifth of goddamn gin by herself. I said, bitch, can we get a bottle? Can we get some? Everybody was watching your Mama, you know what, just fucking it up by herself. And I said, that's what Mamas be doing. And the goddamn boobs be like, shit, why you cussing me out, bitch? Damn. Mama be cussing out her boobs and shit and everything. Get it together, motherfuckers. And that's what the fuck she be doing. I said, that's what I got to report back to y'all. We got a crazy ass mama. And that's it. Shit. Damn. And that's what you need to know. Overall energy, a casual dresser is here. So you want to tell people that you love to dress casual and everything. And mama was looking at you like, you know what? Get your shit together. But you like, shit, I could use that urn y'all got. And if you would have said that, you would have been able to take it. But you know what? You want to act like you this and act like you that and all this other shit. And I don't even know why all y'all want to put on these acts for y'all mamas. And mama says, shit, that's what your ass get. Now you wrinkled in a motherfucker. Be wrinkled, nigga. Since you don't know how to talk and say shit amazing to your mama. I said, a lot of y'all motherfuckers know how to sit up here and try to encourage the world. But y'all don't know how to say anything amazing to a bitch that's been there for you. I said, fuck you, nigga. I'm glad we ain't friends. I'm glad we ain't bros no more because you a punk ass bitch. And that's what that nigga told you just 2.5 years ago. And that nigga said, shit, don't I know it, mama? Punk ass bitch, nigga. I ain't your brother, nigga. Stop saying that shit. What up, bro? No. You need to get your shit together. And you don't like that. See? And then you want to sit up here and regress and all this other shit and act like, you know what? You got to find your true self and everything. That's fine. Mama been trying to find her true self with all these damn kids she got, with all these damn niggas that's want to fuck her ass up and kill her ass and murder her ass, and all these old fake ass co-workers that want to sit up here and fuck in them goddamn office and shit and act like, you know what, she the hoe. I said Moran was fucking on goddamn Lauren for years. And that's why she was always making sure Moran got his money. And I said, yeah, we know that nigga too, mama. I said, we know all the niggas that mama know. And they said, ain't that the truth? So change is in the air. A lot of people don't want people to know that damn. God is trying to tell you that, you know what? We need about 2 more of those green tea pills because they always sitting up here fucking up the water, fucking up the airspace, fucking up the food, fucking up everything. And unfortunately, they can't even fuck it up no more. But we need to get all this shit up out of our body. So I'm about to take 2 more green tea pills, and I'm going to give my son, my middle son, 2 more green tea pills, and he need one of them pain pills too. And I said, okay, that's what we going to get for this nigga. And this nigga said, shit, finally, grandma say something. Okay, ancestors, tell mama what the fuck is going on, okay? Because I ain't telling her shit. But eventually he going to start communicating effectively. Because if you can't communicate effectively with your mama, you can't communicate effectively with nobody. And God said, That was supposed to be y'all practice field, nigga. Communicate with your mama. And even your mama is looking like shit. Y'all used to be able to communicate. What the fuck is wrong with y'all tongues? And God said, shit, I don't know. Maybe the cats took their tongues away. Even that nigga said, can I get some tongs? And God said, use a fork, nigga, and stop being so goddamn bougie. You is bougie. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You get bougie. And that's your truth. Take care.